Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Hidden Sidings project. This time, update number 8, some industrial building. I decided very much from the outset of this project that this back half of the layout will be very much an urban and industrial scene, in contrast to the country scene on the front half. I am using Metcalfe buildings where possible, as they are easy to construct and look good when finished. The stone finish fits in nicely with the terraced houses and arches at the right hand end of the layout and with the back scene. The first building is this old factory, which, like the other buildings in this episode, was assembled exactly as Metcalfe models intended, and which I think looks superb. I really have no idea what the factory makes, but it has a nice loading platform on the front. This means I can run box vans and open wagons during shunting operations, which of course adds greatly to the play value of what is otherwise two short sidings. The ramshackle workshop is a delightful kit and makes up into a great model. The brick lean-to on one side adds a little bit of colour and makes a welcome break from the stone finish of all the other buildings. I think of it not just as a workshop, but also as a boiler house supplying power either to the factory or to the brewery. The brewery was always going to be on my list of must-have buildings. It fits in with my industrial buildings theme and, like the old factory, also has a loading platform at the front, which could take box vans, open wagons and, of course, grain wagons. So again, much scope for shunting. It is also a very tall building and might well provide a foil to help disguise the bridge or tunnel mouth which I will need at the left-hand end of the layout. The buildings have now been placed in the positions I think they will be on the layout, but have not yet been fixed down in case I get the urge to reposition them. Urban and industrial areas are often short of space, much more cramped, compressed and crammed in compared to rural areas. I wanted this part of my layout to look like this, with tall buildings close to the tracks to help give that sort of hemmed-in feel. The back scene, and in particular the arches, are now partly obscured by the buildings in front of them. I think this actually adds to the urban effect I was after. There will also be several more smaller buildings to help the effect, one of which seems to have snuck into some of the shots here, but details of these will have to wait for another video, and for me to build them all. There is only just enough room behind the rear siding for the three buildings, so they are very close to that siding, but this helps the cramped effect I was after, especially once some random wagons and the shunting loco have been added. And finally, perhaps my favourite view, a low-level shot showing what shunting operations might well look like when the layout is finished. Anyway, just a short video this time, so that's all for now, and see you next time.